The start of the new year has kidnapped a president, his wife, responsible for the murder of around 100 Venezuelans and Cubans, where ICE is marauding the streets in America, terrorizing people, murdering people, where now Trump is talking about his board of peace no longer just being a kind of colonial viceroy for Gaza with war criminals like Blair and Trump imposed on them, but instead effectively seeking to replace the UN with this body which will be led by Trump for life, for which you have to pay $1 billion if you want to be a part of it. You know, incredible stuff. And now openly, very blatantly saying we're going to annex Greenland. The lesson of all of this is that the appeasement that is the preferred strategy of the Irish political establishment and the Europeans every step of the way refused to call out the kidnapping of a president, refused to oppose the horrific so-called peace plan in Gaza. Helen McEntee continues to welcome the next stage of what is a colonial carve-up, refuses to say, no, we're not going to be participating in this imperialist board of peace, just as they effectively try and appease the big tech billionaires. And the lesson is that this appeasement simply does not work. So our message this week is going to be very, very strong to the Irish government that it's time to stop appeasing Donald Trump. That means we should not be going to the White House on St. Patrick's Day to give him a bowl of shamrock, to allow to present himself to Americans and the world as a friend of the Irish. He is no friend of the vast majority of people in this country. Of course, the day, St. Patrick's Day, is the next day of the show trial of Maduro and Celia Flores, another reason not to go. It's also a reason that the Irish state must say now no more in terms of the use of Shannon Airport by the US military for their military adventures abroad. And really this should go for the 40 major military bases held by the US within the European Union. It's time for ordinary people in America, in Europe, in Greenland, around the world, to stand up to this bully, and in particular on Greenland, to stand for the right of the people of Greenland to determine their own fate. Not Donald Trump, not Denmark, not the EU, but the people of Greenmark themselves should have the right to do that. The second thing, very quickly, in relation to, it's related to the question of big tech. You know, again, in reality, a strategy of appeasement by the Irish government. You have a Substack published by Simon Harris over the weekend about AI, which simply doesn't mention Grok, simply doesn't mention the fact that these are child sexual abuse imagery factories. In reality, just ignores it entirely because they just want to have a good relationship with the big tech billionaires. It's time to take action. It's time for Garda action, criminal prosecutions of those responsible in Grok. And this week we're going to be bringing forward at first stage a bill to shut down the toxic algorithms that flood young people and older people's social media with toxic messages of toxic masculinity, of promotion of eating disorder, of promotion of self-harm, promotion of very hateful material. So turn off these toxic algorithms for everybody under 18.